I think there's a misunderstanding in the way the message has been perceived. First and foremost, I want to apologize. That message was not intended for public consumption. That was an internal correspondence, and it's informed by the fact that all organizations, the Ministry of Finance inclusive, tended to have operational guidance issued from time to time to ensure that we render smooth operations. It's not intended to alarm or excite the public because there's nothing to be excited about. Now, the reason I'm saying this is that at the start of the pandemic, the Permanent Secretary of Treasury, who is the custodian of finance planning, finance mobilization, but also finance expenditures and cash management, he clearly put out guidance which stipulated that we were going to prioritize certain areas in order to cope with the pandemic. And that included things like health, COVID management interventions, salaries and wages, and so many others. That circular remains in place up to today. So what happened during this period, because he's also responsible for ensuring cash management, he decides to issue further guidance which prioritizes additional measures within the available resources. Which that effort does not necessarily mean that we've run out of money and therefore cannot meet our obligations. So what he was trying to say, he was laying extra emphasis on those expenditures that are needed to run operations in this period. It doesn't mean that all the other guidance he had given prior has been rendered null and void. No, they're not deferred. That's exactly what I'm saying. You know, what happens is we remain committed to honoring all obligations. And government cannot say we're not going to pay. All he's saying is that on top of the guidance that I gave, there is this new guidance which emphasizes for these 2 months that we need to focus on meeting these demands. It doesn't necessarily say default, and doesn't say forget the other cost centers, the other priority areas that he issued.